The Gambia, officially known as the Republic of Gambia, is a country located in West Africa. The country is situated on both sides of the lower reaches of the Gambia River, which flows through the center of the country and empties itself into the Atlantic Ocean. The Gambia has an area of 11,300 square kilometers or 4,362 square miles. Banjul is the Gambian capital and is the country's largest metropolitan area. In this video, you will discover 10 interesting facts about the Gambia. But before that, subscribe if you haven't and turn on the notification bell in order to be notified of any new video. 10. Africa's smallest non-island country. The Gambia is a strip of land 25 to 50 kilometers, or 15 to 30 miles, wide on either side of the Gambia River and extends almost 480 kilometers, or 300 miles, into the interior. It is entirely surrounded by Senegal except for a short coastline along the Atlantic Ocean. The Gambia is incredibly narrow, measuring less than 30 miles at its widest. Although small, the country is densely populated with about 2.3 million people. About 1,300 square kilometers of Gambia's area is covered by water. It is the smallest country on Africa's mainland. The peculiar shape and size of this country is the result of territorial compromises made during the 19th century by Great Britain, which controlled the lower Gambia River, and France, which ruled the neighbouring colony of Senegal. The Gambia's capital city is Banjul. Gambia's economy is heavily reliant on agriculture and tourism. The country is heavily dependent on foreign aid. Its main natural resources are fish, clay, titanium, silica sand, zircon, and tin. Its main exports are peanuts, fish, cashew nuts, vegetables, sesame and mangoes. The Gambian dalasi is the official currency of the Gambia. The origin of the name, the Gambia. So, where did the name Gambia come from? One belief is that the name is based on the translation of the Portuguese word cambio, meaning trade or exchange, which is a common activity along the river. Gambia is also derived from the Mandinka term Cambra, or Kamba meaning Gambia River, or from the sacred Serra Gamba, a special type of calabash beaten when a Serra elder dies. What is however definite is that the country was named after the River Gambia. It is the main geographical feature in a country where there are no significant mountains or lakes. For a long time, the official name of the country was Gambia. A letter found in the country's main archive, written by Prime Minister Sodora K. Jawara in 1963, reveals a directive on the country's name at the United Nations. It stated that in order to distinguish Gambia from a country which was becoming newly independent called Northern Rhodesia, which is now Zambia, the definite article they needed to be added to its name. That development was also expected to help because for many years, mail bound for Gambia was mistakenly sent to Zambia. Since then, the Gambia became embraced officially. In December 2015, the then President Yahya Jammeh declared the Gambia to be an Islamic republic. Jammeh said that the move was designed to distance the country from its colonial past. No dress code was going to be imposed though, and citizens of other faiths would be allowed to practice freely. 8. Smiling coast of Africa. The Gambia is one of the safest and friendliest places to visit and explore. The tourism sector is an important aspect of Gambia's economy, and it creates the most number of job opportunities for the country's youth. The Gambia prides itself on its natural landscape, ethnic diversity, amazing local cuisine and religious tolerance. Its riverside villages, hotels, spas and amazing wonders all attract visitors. The Gambia also boasts of historical buildings, archaeological sites and monuments, some of which are listed as UNESCO World Heritage. Aside from its welcoming people, the nickname, the Smiling Coast, was also inspired by the country's location on the map of Africa. The Gambia cuts through the middle of Senegal and its position appears like that of a smile on the map, greeting those who make their way up River Gambia. 7. Languages spoken in the Gambia. The Gambia is characterized by a rich linguistic tapestry reflecting its cultural diversity. English serves as the official language, inherited from its colonial history under British rule. However, it's not the most widely spoken language among the Gambian people. The majority of the population communicates in indigenous languages, the most prominent being Mandinka, Wolof, Fula, Yola, and Sera. Mandinka is the most prevalent, spoken by a significant portion of the population, particularly in the central and western regions. Wolof is widely used in urban areas, while Fula is spoken predominantly by the Fula ethnic group. Yola and Serer are native to the southern region. This linguistic diversity is a testament to the cultural richness and harmonious coexistence of various ethnic groups in the Gambia, showcasing the country's vibrant heritage and unity amid linguistic distinctions. The Gambia is a Muslim-majority country. Muslims constitute 96% of the population, 3% are Christians, and a sparse 1% practice African traditional religions. Government meetings typically begin with 2 prayers, one Christian and one Muslim. The government often invites senior officials of both religious groups to open major government events with prayers. The president, a Muslim, delivers a Christmas message to the nation every year and delivers messages for major Muslim feasts. The Supreme Islamic Council is an independent body that advises the Gambia's government on various issues. The government provides the council with substantial funding. The President serves as the Minister for Religious Affairs and maintains a formal relationship with the Council. The Constitution establishes Qadi courts with Muslim judges trained in the Islamic legal tradition in specific areas that the Chief Justice determines. The courts are located in each of the 7 regions of the country and apply Sharia law. Their jurisdiction only applies to marriage, divorce, custody cases for children and inheritance questions for Muslims. The Christian community, situated mainly in the south and west of the country, is mainly Roman Catholic. There are also several Protestant groups including Anglicans, Baptists, Methodists, Seventh-day Adventists, and other small evangelical denominations. Intermarriages across faiths are quite common in the Gambia. Sharia law applies to interfaith couples where one spouse is Muslim. In some areas, Islam and Christianity are syncretized with African traditional religion. There is also a small group of the Baha'i faith followers, Sikhs, and a few atheists. 5. Birdwatcher's Paradise. Many people not only go to the Gambia for its breathtaking beaches, but also for its avian delights. The country sits in a transition zone between a semi-desert and tropical forest. You will find both species here, as well as West African species. The country receives large numbers of migratory birds, which either pass through or stay for the winter. With close to 600 bird species on a not-so-large area, it is easy to spot a wide variety from short local walks, or from the place that you're staying at. You can go bird watching in the Gambia throughout the year, but your experience will vary depending on the season. The dry season of November to April is a great time to see migratory birds which arrive from late October or early November, not only from Europe, but also from elsewhere in Africa. Raptors are evident from January to March in the intense heat and dryness of late March or April, and are easier to spot as they look for water sources. The rainy season of May to October is prime breeding territory for the birds, and they display their summer plumage. 4. Gambians vote using marbles. The Gambia has to date one of the most unique voting systems in the world. On arrival at a polling station, after their identification has been verified, a voter will be directed to a series of drums arranged on a table. They are usually painted in party colours of different candidates with their photos on as well for ease of identification. On top of each drum is a pipe into which the voter will slot a marble handed over by an election official. As it drops, a bell sounds so that officials know when a voter tries to vote more than once. The counting box is the final tool in this unique system of voting. Marbles are emptied into a square tray that is dotted with holes. The holes in the trays get evenly filled with marbles and are counted and tallied as would be done with ballot papers. Counting is done on the spot to ensure fairness and to encourage public confidence in the electoral process. This way of voting was introduced after independence in 1965 by the British because of the high illiteracy rate in the population at the time. A number of reforms have been ushered in since Yahya Jammeh lost the presidential elections of 2016. Although the use of marbles in elections may look like an obsolete way of voting, it is said to be transparent and a measure of preventing rigging. Despite its simplicity, the marble voting system was successfully used to end a dictatorship in the Gambia. Former President Jammeh may have ruled with fear and intimidation, but he respected the voting process which ultimately led to his ouster. There are talks of introducing paper ballots in conformity with modern standards of voting. On November 4, 2021, Gambians had their first democratic election since 2016. 3. Kiali Crocodile Pool. The Kiali Crocodile Pool is located in the heart of Bakau, Gambia, which is about 16 kilometers from the capital, Banjul. It is one of 3 sacred crocodile pools used as sites for fertility rituals. The other 2 are Folonco in Kombo South and Berending on the north bank. Kiali is a private-owned pool belonging to the Bojong family of Bakau, which is one of the founding families and major landowners in the city. There are different types of crocodile species in the pool, such as the Nile crocodile, the West African crocodile, and albino crocodile of the estimated 80 crocodiles. Crocodiles are allowed to roam freely and can be approached and touched by visiting humans. Sometimes, wild crocodiles are taken and reared at the pool. The pool is a popular pilgrimage site for barren women who come from far and wide to douse themselves in the curative water. Any child born after this ritual bath is named Kiali. This pool is the most popular tourist attraction in Bakau, an ancient freshwater pool about 700 meters south of Atlantic Boulevard. At its entrance, a small informative museum includes some interesting displays about the history of Bakau and Gambian involvement in World War II. There is also a display of African musical instruments like a wooden xylophone and tall ceremonial drums, traditional masquerade costumes and masks. 2. Senegambian stone circles. A stone circle is a circular alignment of standing stones. Archaeological evidence shows that in addition to being used as places of burial, the purpose of stone circles was probably connected to agricultural events, such as the summer solstice. The Senegambian stone circles lie in the Gambia, central Senegal, and north of Janjanbureh. With an area of approximately 30,000 square kilometers, they are sometimes divided into the Wasu, Gambian, and Sene Saloum, Senegalese circles. On average, the stones forming these circles are 2 meters in height and weigh up to 7 tons each. There are more than 1,000 stone circles spread over an area that is 100 km wide and 350 km in length along the River Gambia. The monuments consist of what were originally upright blocks or pillars, some of which have collapsed. They are made mostly of laterite with smooth surfaces. The monoliths are found in circles, double circles, isolated or standing apart from circles, usually to the east in rows or individually. The site consists of 4 large groups of stone circles. The 4 groups, Sin Ngayen, Wasu, Wana and Kerbach, cover 93 stone circles and numerous tumuli, burial mounds, some of which have been excavated to reveal material that suggests dates between 3rd century BC and 16th century AD. It is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 1. Plymouth-Banjul Challenge. The challenge is unofficially referred to as the Ultimate Banger Challenge and previously as the Plymouth-Dakar Challenge. It is an annual car event for charity, not a race or a challenge either. It was first run in Dakar and since 2005 in Banjul, the capital city of the Gambia. Participants start in Europe, Tarifa in southern Spain. The course then runs through Morocco, Western Sahara, Mauritania, Senegal, and finally into the Gambia. The entrants must be driving a car worth approximately €100. Motorists in the challenge get no assistance in case they get lost or their vehicles break down. Mechanical reliability is the main obstacle to completing the course. Many cars cope well until they have to go through the desert, then almost all of them suffer due to high temperatures and dust. When the cars get to Banjul, Gambia, they are auctioned or donated to charity. Teams have made it to West Africa every year since 2003, making this challenge the longest-running banger challenge. The route travels mostly on tarmac roads, but the highlight for some is the 2-day off-road crossing of the Sahara Desert. Others stay on the road exploring places like the Turgid Oasis. The journey is about 3,700 miles and can be covered in 3 weeks or under. We have come to the end of our video. The Gambia is truly an amazing country. Don't you agree? Leave us a thumbs up. Until next time, bless.